Adam22 and No Jumper originally started about a program about this biking stuff called BMX. It was kind of successful in the BMX community, but he wanted to expand further, so he started interviewing rappers, and he actually had a pretty good strategy of getting rappers right before they blew up, which caused his interviews to blow up and got him a lot of guac, as Trippie Redd would say. And really allowed him to expand into further podcasts and really build up a brand of No Jumper. But where he started to kind of falter was that he was expanding a little too fast. Like, over quarantine, their numbers shot way up, which, you think that'd be a good thing. But that inspired them to spend a lot more, and then when quarantine stopped, their numbers started tanking, which stopped supporting all their spending. So, and after that, kind of came to light this whole weird situation. It's really hard to classify this situation under grooming or pedophilia or any of these titles, because it is just a really weird situation. It's kind of creepy, but anyways, let me break it down for you. So, Adam22 was talking to this one girl when she was about 16, right? Okay, then he realizes she's 16 and then stops talking to her, then starts talking to her like 2 or 3 years later, and then hooks up with her, which, is really odd. I left out a lot of details. If you want to hear about the full thing, go over to Tom Dark's video. I believe he has video on this whole Adam22 situation. It's just really weird. It's kind of creepy. I wouldn't full on call him a PDF file for it, but I definitely say he's a little creepy, a little groomer-ish, maybe. I don't really like labeling stuff like this. It's kind of a complex situation. But after this, the situation kind of faded away. Then it kind of came back up in the news when they invited this predator hunting guy on their show, and he brought up the whole situation. Then a bunch of these tabloid news outlets were bringing it up, and then he kind of went into hiding after this. Then he came up with the perfect scheme, alright? Now this is kind of like theory crafting here, but basically the theory goes that he was going to get cucked. So the whole internet would focus on that. And he's a cuck, not a full-on PDF groomer type guy. So he's not like a terrible person. He's just someone we can laugh at. Distracting the general public from this whole situation and ultimately being able to move on from it. Well, this plan actually works. The internet takes the bait. And then everyone just keeps clowning him on Twitter and Instagram and all these social medias over this. But at a certain point, it just kind of becomes sick. It just becomes like, if you engage with this even negatively, you're like feeding in, like getting this guy off. He's like buying his wife like cars, which by the way, this was his wife at this time. They had a daughter together. But anyways, yeah, just a really weird situation. At the end, it just got super weird and just gross, and I kind of just don't like talking about these two situations because they're very gross. But anyways, in modern day, karma has came to take what it's owed, and it has bankrupted the company. Yeah, you remember all those side hustle podcasts I was talking about that never went anywhere and no one cared about, but he was still throwing thousands of dollars behind? Yeah, well, the company is now verging on bankruptcy, and they're going to have to sell buildings. And he's on this podcast, this once very successful podcast, like top of hip-hop successful podcast, now begging his fans, please donate $5. Please, I'm in a real bad spot right now. It's just really sad to see someone fall this hard, but also kind of satisfying because the guy's kind of weird. He maybe kind of deserve this, but ultimately, this guy has his hands in too many pies. He's going to find a way to get out of this and still be rich. This is ultimately just going to affect his employees if I had to give my hot take on this. This isn't ultimate karma for Adam22. This is ultimate karma for the poor middle wage workers that work for him. This is karma for those guys that didn't really do anything wrong. But anyways, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and bye.